Your Excellency, Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, Special Advisors here present, the Permanent Secretary, all other protocol duly observed. For the very first time, you're very welcome, sir. And thank you for coming. Right, straight to the agenda of today. We are here today to talk about EKSRMA. Before we start, can I just ask someone to give us a short prayer? Can I ask Das to give us a brief...
The Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, the Honorable Commissioner, the Special Assistant to Mr. Governor. The Ekiti State Traffic Management Agency was established by law in August 2011, and officers were drawn from the volunteer groups. We have 300 altogether. In 2012, we went to the NYC orientation camp for training. In 2013, and these 300 officers are spread in 12 out of the 16 local governments in Ekiti State. So they are to control traffic, to manage traffic, and part of the functions of the agency to reduce accidents. We do generate revenue, we control traffic, we manage traffic in Ekiti State, and reduce congestion. And presently, sir, we have these officers ready for your information, sir.
Pass it on to His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, to address us.
Thank you. Honorable Commissioner for Works and Transport, all other protocols duly observed. Good morning. Good morning, sir. I'm here on behalf of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, your friend, Dr. Peter Ayodele Fayoshe. He has asked me to pass a message across to you, a very important one. First of all, as you might have known very well, that His Excellency has always been identifying with the less privileged in the society. And that is why he has been given the title Senior Advocate of the Masses. When things are not done properly, where things are not done in the right way, we always want to step in as our leader and as someone who cares so much about the welfare of the people that is overseeing their affairs. To come in, we always want to come in and do what is right so that life can be made much easier for the people that are being governed. And with this at the back of our mind, he has instructed me on his behalf to come around and talk to you on assumption of duty. And in the course of going through some of the things that the previous administration did, we discovered that EKSRMA, despite the fact that you are playing a very important role, because when you talk about traffic management, it's not a joke. Whoever has seen where you guys are performing, we definitely attest to the fact that you are playing a very big role, a very important role in managing traffic within the state. And personally, I can attest to that. It means that you are playing a very wonderful role, and it's very much appreciated. And if you are doing this, then it is very important that you are treated very well in a normal way. One of the things we discovered was that your engagement did not even follow the civil service rule. Let me ask you, how many of you are giving letters of appointment? No. Nobody, sir. You can agree with me, you will agree with me very well that, very much that is not proper. Am I right? Yes, sir. Anybody can come around and say, well, I don't need your services anymore. Right? Yes. And if you go to 1,001 courts, nothing will happen after that, because you are not giving a letter of appointment, but that is not proper. And that is why he has asked me and my committee that is set up to look into your matter to see what you can do to do things properly. And if you are going to do things properly, then we have to start afresh. We must do things in the proper way, so that we're going to follow the civil service rules and regulations. And that is why we felt that we need to come around and inform you and pass some messages across to you. Number one, you will notice that up to now you are being owed some arrears of salaries. Am I right? Yes, sir. His Excellency has asked me to tell you that he has not forgotten about that. Well, you know rightly that it's not this administration that actually hold that August and September, but it was being held by the previous administration. But you can be rest assured that when the financial situation of the state improves, that is a debt to the state government. We are going to pay it. Be rest assured of that. Because what we met on ground was terrible. A very bad financial situation. A situation where even presently we are just struggling to pay salaries because of the financial recklessness of the previous administration. And that's quite unfortunate. But like His Excellency, we always say that if God can bring water out of the rock, so we are sure that there will always be a way out. But God is the one leading us. And that is why you can be rest assured that as the financial situation of the state improves, your August and September salary is going to be paid duly. And by the time we came in, you remember we came in October 16, we started taking a look at situations from ministry to ministry. Of course, it took us some time before we got to the Ministry of Works and discovered your case and what was happening to EKSRMA. And immediately, His Excellency put up a committee to look into your case. And as I'm telling you now, the warrant for the payment of your October salary is ready. And I believe you get your salary paid. You have also worked for November. Your salary for November will also be paid. So once the October salary is paid, the processes for settling November salary will also take off immediately. So you can be rest assured of that. Now, to do things properly, the government has decided that everybody, whoever is interested in this job, we have to reapply, because things have to be done properly. And that is why, and I want to tell you this, that those of you who have had this experience, it doesn't matter whether you were employed by APC government or whatever, you are all citizens of Ekiti State. And we appreciate this because this is Ekiti State, it's not another state. And once it is Ekiti State, His Excellency is here on behalf of Ekiti State. He's not governor of PDP, he's the governor of Ekiti State. So I want you to take note of that. In reapplying, a substantial number of you is going to be reabsorbed because you have got the training. But I want us to understand this, because we have to be factual and to be truthful. You know, His Excellency is known for saying the facts. What he will do, he will tell you he will do. What he cannot do, he will tell you cannot do what? You cannot do it. But I want to tell you that this process is a continuous one, right? But presently, the capacity of the state may not be enough, may not be strong enough to absorb everybody. But I want to tell you, I mean, I'm talking in terms of financial capability now. But I want to tell you that we don't want the training that you are passed through to be a waste. The government has expended money in training you. So we will still want to make use of that training that you have acquired. And that is why a substantial number of you is going to be given preference when we put up a notice for new applications for this particular position. Because you have got the training, so you come first. What do I say? You come first. But this time around, things are going to be done properly. Letters of appointment will be issued to you, unlike before. So a screening will be done, and your salaries will be regular. So I believe this is better than working without a letter of appointment, working without being paid what? Your salaries regularly. So the number we can absorb, we are going to take that into consideration, but you can be sure that it's a substantial number. And as the financial situation of the state improves, there will be spaces for more people. And I think we should appreciate the governor for this, because there's no point putting people on the road working and then you cannot pay their salaries. It's a wicked act. It is not proper. And that is why we are taking this step. With effect from December 1, everybody is going to get disengaged from this service, and then you reapply. And we hope that by January, by God's grace, those who successfully scale through the screening process will be reabsorbed back. And then you can start your work afresh. Things have to be done properly. But I am assuring you, on behalf of His Excellency, that a substantial number of you is coming back into this job. By the time you come back, you will see yourselves. Then you know whether we are saying the truth or not. So once again, we want to appreciate your efforts. So we want to appreciate your effort. We want to appreciate your labor in ensuring that traffic is properly managed in Ekiti State. Your training will not be a waste. Do you believe that? Good. And that is why we are taking this step so that things are done properly. And I think we should appreciate His Excellency for that, because he's not interested in just putting you in a position of enslavement, right? Where somebody will just be there, you don't even know what tomorrow will bring. Employed without any letter of appointment. So anytime the man can say, okay, please, I beg, get away from this place. I don't need you again, right? And you won't have any way of seeking legal redress. So, and that is why we are taking these steps to make sure that things are done properly. Everybody, normal thing, because things were not done properly, the normal thing is to disengage everybody and then ask you to reapply. Then when you reapply, those who scale the hurdles, letters of appointment will be issued to you, and then things will be done properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Follow that protocol duly observed. Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any responses? Or questions, opinions, views?
We appreciated your effort, and everything is going to be put in place. Since you recognize, my name is Ujua Izikadibayo from Efala, a local government. Just want to contribute that since you consider our service to Ekiti development, we hope that all the promise we made will be a good one, and we are ready to work with you, sir. Thank you.
My name is Agbaguton Oladele. I'm standing here on behalf of the 300 EKSRMA officers. An address delivered by the 300 uniformed officers in the Ekiti State Traffic Management Agency on the occasion of their meeting with the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency Dr. Olushola Eleka, on Friday, 28th November 2014 at the Ministry of Works, Transport and Transportation premises. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ekiti State, the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Transportation, the Permanent Secretary, on behalf of the 300 uniformed officers in Ekiti State, EKSRMA, present on the parade today, 28 November 2014, we congratulate the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ayodele, and his amiable deputy, His Excellency Dr. Olushola Eleka, on the assumption of office as the Chief Executive Officer of Ekiti State, and also the peaceful coexistence of Ekiti citizenry since the inception of this new administration. Your Excellency, permit us to link this new government to the good Gideon in the Holy Bible, whom his kinsmen innocently sent away from this clan, but they later went to him to rescue them from those that are oppressing and enslaving them. Sir, we, the 300 EKSRMA officers, are among the Ekiti populace that prayed and voted for this new government to come and rescue us from those that engaged us for 3 solid years of hard work without letter and appointment, proper remuneration and good condition of service. Your Excellency, let us put the record straight by bringing to your notice the following. Number 1, that the 300 EKSRMA officers are not political thugs, miscreants, hooligans, and unlearned. In fact, we are graduates of various reputable institutions in the country, like University of Ibadan, Obafemi Awolowo University, University of Ilorin, Federal University of Technology Akure, Ekiti State University, and the Federal Poly Ado, among others, and products of good parental hopes and God-fearing citizens. That we, the officers, are ready to use our mind, strength, wisdom, knowledge, and skill to serve Ekiti State, our motherland, and Nigeria as a whole, to a greater height by reducing road traffic crashes, stroke accidents to the barest minimum, vis-a-vis safeguarding lives and properties on the road in the state. The 300 EKSRMA officers have gathered enough experiences for the past 3 years in managing and controlling traffic, participating in government activities and functions, rescuing of road crashes victims, even at odd hour, 1 a.m. to 2 p.m., through the use of their towing vehicles in all the nooks and crannies of the state. 4, that the 300 EKSRMA officers have undergone various degrees of pain, suffering, hunger, and hazard. Our children have been sent out of school. Landlord had rejected us, while many of us cannot visit hospital for treatment of fever, and rather go for local herbs because we have not been paid since the month of August 2014 to date. In the light of this foregoing, we, the 300 EKSRMA uniform officers, are passionately looking onto the new government in Ekiti to put smile on our faces and rescue us from hunger and the venom of unemployment in the labor market, which we have bid farewell 3 years ago. We also want the children to go back to school and not ending up being dropouts due to loss of job. Thanks and God bless. Long live Ekiti, long live EKSRMA, long live Ministry of Works and Transportation, long live Ekiti State, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Really, thank you, sir.
Speech, and I can show you that I'm going to forward this and present this to His Excellency, the Executive Governor, Dr. Peter Ayodele. You know what is of interest is that we have not even seen this speech, and you will agree with me that most of the things that I've mentioned are reflected in this place. Am I right? Yes. Like you rightly said, what we understood it, when we understood your conditions of service, we discovered that this is not proper, that the mode of your engagement was not proper. and that it's like walking without a future. And that was why we said, look, we are not going to play politics with the life of Ekiti people. There's no point for the sake of politics or say you are employing somebody, just bringing people without giving them a future and a hope. So, and that is why, like I've earlier told you, we are going to do things in the proper way. The process is a continuous one. But like I've rightly said, His Excellency, see, one of you said something the other time that is sure that, I mean, I guess it needs an assurance that we'll be able to fulfill all the promises. Am I right? Yes. Good. And I have told you that His Excellency is not somebody that will speak and will not do as he has spoken. He will all tell you what he can do per time. And I've mentioned it, that we may not be able to absorb all of you for now, but a substantial number of you will be reabsorbed back. But the process is what? A continuous one. As far, I mean, as the financial situation of the state improves. Because there is no point bringing in somebody and say, okay, I'm giving you a hope. I'm giving you employment. And yet, you cannot be rest assured that when you want to sleep today, tomorrow, you are not sure whether you'll be sent packing. That is enslavement. Right? It's just like a cock or a chicken that is well grown. You have been feeding it with food, and you now place it in a cage. Because anytime you may decide to say, look, when I need you, I think I can take you and slaughter you. So it's like that. When you give people job without letters of what? Appointment, without following due process. No civil service, not following civil service rules and regulations. That is not right. And we don't want people to come and take us to court that we are doing what is illegal. That's why we want to do what is legal and what is proper. And that is why we say the first thing is that we disengage everybody with effect from December 1. And then immediately by Monday, to let you know how serious we are, come to Ministry of Works here, you will see the notice for reapplication with immediate effect. So those of you who are still interested in this job, please, by Monday, just come and check the notice board there in the Ministry of Works here. You can be sure the notice is there. Start dropping in your applications freshly. And don't forget, we are going to spread it among the various cadres, graduates, NC, school start holders. We're going to spread it across board. So we appreciate this. Appreciate this, your speech. I believe it represents all of you. Am I right? Yes. It represents your mind, your thoughts. So I'm going to pass this across to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, your friend, and one who cares for you. You know, people today, they talk about stomach infrastructure. What we are saying, the step we are taking now is part of the concept of stomach infrastructure. Stomach infrastructure, as some people are misconstruing it, is not just giving people rice and beans. Stomach infrastructure is giving you an enabling environment that you have enough income, and you can also go to the market and get food and place food on your own what? Table. Stomach infrastructure includes having an hope, a kind of hope, a future in what you are doing. Knowing fully that, well, in this job I'm doing, I believe I have a future there. I have hope in this job. And that means you can sleep. The food you eat can settle down very well in your stomach. That's part of stomach infrastructure. So, Oshoko's concept of stomach infrastructure is not well understood by the people outside there. But I'm telling you, these are the real concept. Giving you an enablement. When your salaries are paid regularly, won't you be able to buy food to eat? Eh? You and your children? That is stomach infrastructure. When salaries are paid to time, that is stomach what? Infrastructure. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I have here the Ministry of Finance funds release warrant for your salary. So it's confirmed. For the October salary, it's confirmed. I will definitely be working on the, hello? We'll be, just like His Excellency said, we will also work on those ones, and you pray that as soon as the finances are better, we will definitely address those. Once again, I want to appreciate you. I want to Once again, I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you for the hard work that you've put in serving Ekiti State. And again, I want to reiterate the fact that from Monday, you can drop your CVs, your application letters, and they will be considered. I can again reassure you, I'm also reassuring you that a substantial part of you will come back. Again, it is also a fact that that would materialize on the very 1st of January 2015. Again, thank you again, and I wish you the very best. Your Excellency, Special Advisors here present, PS, DAS, all of that protocol duly observed. Thank you all for coming, and I wish you the very best. Shall we say the grace together?